everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 281. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Wednesday Motivation and Inspiration. And today, I'm going to delve into busy or productive. It's going to be a good one. So, let's get into it. Now, have you ever heard people talk about how busy they are and how much they are doing? I hear it a lot, and I want to break down the difference between being busy and being productive. Being busy can be doing things that don't have anything to do with your goals. Watching meaningless television for hours a day, goofing around on social media platforms, etc. Those are things that can keep you busy and keep your time occupied, right? Now, let's talk about being productive. Being productive means buckling down and eliminating what's in your way to get work done. It's possible to be busy and productive, but being busy is great, but if you're not accomplishing anything, then what are you getting done? When you're being productive, you are crossing off things on your list of things to do. You're working diligently towards something bigger than you. You're not even talking about the work you're doing and telling people how busy you are. Productivity is what matters more than anything. And busy is just saying you're preoccupied with things. It doesn't mean there's productivity involved in everything that you're doing. There are differences in how we convey what we're doing with our lives. Let's start speaking in terms of being productive instead of saying, "Oh, I'm busy." The work is done through productivity and not wasting time on a daily basis. It's about making sacrifices in your life to achieve results. It's not watching your favorite sports teams some days. It's recording your favorite TV shows and watching them at a later time. Or watching them but still getting work done that you need to do. Because for me, I can do double duty. I can watch a TV show and watch it for content and see if I can, develop an idea from it, and also do work also. Now, I'm not saying go record a podcast while watching a TV show or listening to music. I don't think that's the best idea in the world. But I am saying that you can multitask and you can get things done. And I am guilty of, watching sports and also, doing work, right? Like I can watch a sports game and write blogs, right? Like that's something that is, being productive in a lot of ways. And we use this word busy all the time to justify that we don't have time for other people or have time for important things that are going on in our lives, or whatever the case is. There's nothing wrong with being busy, but if you're being productive and you're doing things that are going to benefit you in the moment now and also down the road, then yes, that's great. And it goes a long way, right? I don't want you guys to continually push that narrative of being busy all the time. Sometimes it's okay to not be so busy and be productive and do things in a timely manner. It's always good to make sure that you're balancing out your life and that being busy is just not the narrative of your life. Like you have to keep going. That's pushed way too much here in the United States that we have to always be busy and we cannot be still. It's okay to be still, and it's okay to do work in a more spread out mindset, not I have to get everything done all in one shot. That's like saying I need to write a book in one day. That's not reality, right? Now, have I written books in 1 week? Yes, but I know that I've spread it out, right? I may have 15 chapters and I may write 3 chapters a day and I write in a prose format. So that helps my cause, right? That's being productive. Now, sitting around not doing anything for like 2 weeks in a row, knowing that there are things that I can be doing, that's just wasting time and wasting my talent, which is not necessarily the best thing to do. I love being productive, but I don't love being busy all of the time. And lately I've been busy a lot, but it's also being productive in the sense of I'm getting a lot of things done. The good thing is I am spreading things out for myself, and I need you guys to do the same thing when you're being productive. Productivity goes a long way. And even with my full-time job, I know that it's not even feasible or possible for me to get all of the work that I want to do done within one day. That's why I have 4 days in the week to get the majority of my work done. Now, do I get all of my work done most weeks? Yeah, for the most part. And then there are weeks where I'm only able to get 90% of it done. And it's because it's just what it is. It's the overload of what's going on at my job and all the work that needs to be done. That's why I have coworkers that help me along the way. And there's definitely one coworker that when she buckles down, she helps me with a lot of the work too, right? So that's where the productivity comes in. I always implore you guys to make sure that the focus is there. Don't be productive. Don't try to be productive, and the mental focus is not there also. The one thing that I've noticed with a lot of like friends of mine or, people that I know is, oh, I'm so busy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten back to you, this, that, and the other. And in my head, I'm like, you can text me, you can call me real quick or, whatever it is. But how busy are you? Right? Because we always say we make time for what we want to make time for. We make time for what's important, right? So also, when I talk about busy and productive, be mindful of who's in your life and who's constantly pushing the whole I'm busy jargon that they love to say, right? So if you have friends that aren't balancing out their lives and trying to at least make time for you or anything like that, and if you're guilty of doing it, take a moment, stop, think, and say, okay, what's important? Are the people in my life that support me more important, or is me constantly being busy important? So I just want you guys to think about that and keep that in mind as you're listening to this. Anyway, I don't want to keep this podcast going and I, keep talking, the same, bullet points that I wanted to hit on today. So I'll wrap it up here. I need you guys to just stay motivated, stay inspired, and balance out your life as best as possible. But be productive. Don't always push the I'm busy. Okay? With that said, that's my podcast for today. The website, theaquarianmindpodcast.com. You can listen to my podcast there. My stuff is all categorized. So if you want to find certain podcasts, you can, which is a great thing. There are podcasts on the website that are featured that are, great listens on my author and writing journey. There's my books pretty much broken down into categories with book series such as Struggles of Growth of a Man, Code Blue, A Woman's Worth, A Man's Plight, The World We Live In, Kids with Guns, The Private Investigator, and Alphabet City. And I am very shocked and surprised that I remembered all 8 of my book series. I'm very proud of myself. I will be patting myself on the back after I finish this podcast. And then there's all the standalone books, which is I Woke Up a Black Man, America, Country Divided, America Under Mind Control, One Drink Too Many, Living Life to the Fullest, and others. I don't remember all my standalones. I'm sorry. I know I have 7. I think I named like 5. But anyway, you guys get my point. You guys get my drift. I'm glad that you guys enjoy listening to my podcast. I thank you for listening to my podcast on a regular basis. If you guys listen to my pod on Spotify and Apple and Google and you love to stay there because you listen to all of your other podcasts there, great. Do it. Knock yourself out. Share my podcast with other people. If you need, to send something like this to, motivate or inspire someone, do it. I appreciate you all greatly. So Have a good week. Stay tuned for Book Insight Friday. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.